This is just a fun fact. This is a beautiful mug that my wife bought for me. That's a picture of my son. It's pretty cool. What season of life do you find yourself within? We just started this new series called Seasons for the next 4 weeks, and we're venturing through this stuff called the wisdom literature traditionally in the Bible. And so that would be the books of Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Job. I think at some point I'm going to bring up Jonah. Who's to say? May or may not. But the point I want to ask you is this. What season do you find yourself within? And are you sure that you're in the season that you think you're in? Even more than that, maybe you are sure that the season you find yourself in is pretty good or pretty horrendous. Is there a possibility that even the best seasons could have a few bad things in them and the worst of seasons could have some good in them? When we look around the world today, I mean, not just outside the church, but in the church too, man, I am hearing and seeing some extreme things. And sometimes I wonder, is the response not because people have necessarily got the wrong information or are, having these evil intentions, but is it that there's no wisdom? And what even is wisdom anymore? There is a proverb that essentially says just that. It says, look, those who want the goodness of God, and they seek after wisdom. They seek after the goodness of God. They seek after life. It actually comes, that word wise, wisdom, in the Old Testament comes from a Hebrew word, chokmah. And it says that those who deny chokmah, as opposed to those who are seeking after it, it's not just that they are unwise, right? It's that they love death. They love the opposite of God. In the season of life that you're in right now, what are you seeking after? Are you seeking after just good things, generally good things, or are you seeking after the wisdom of God? What even is the wisdom of God? There's another proverb, I believe it's chapter 8, verse 22. And it says that as God is creating all things, and these things that he says are good, it is God's wisdom that is in tandem with all these things. It's the first of his good works. And then that wisdom, as the writer of Proverbs says, that wisdom is what connects us with that creative force, connects us with the goodness that is infused in this world. So to separate ourselves from wisdom is not just to separate ourselves from, right, clever or wise, smart decisions. To cut ourselves off from wisdom is to cut ourselves off from the force that created anything good in this world. So I want to ask you that today. Are you seeking or avoiding wisdom? What we find in the world is a lot of people who seem like they're just wanting to get on top. They're wanting to survive. They're wanting to be, the best. And instead of finding people who are saying, man, I think what I need and what I want and what I long for is God and what he has in mind. And what we find in that creation story, or that proverb referencing the creation story, is that wisdom is a key piece to us being connected to the right things. Now, here's the other thing in that. How do we even get connected with wisdom? How do we even get set back onto the right trajectory? There's another proverb that says that seeking after wisdom and all these different things, the way to get there is fearing the Lord. Fear of the Lord is what brings us true knowledge, true wisdom. Do you fear God? That's a weird phrase in today's society. But that word is not just fear like hiding in cabinets, or I don't know if people hide in cabinets, but hiding away from God or anything like that. Fear of the Lord is this reverence, this awe, understanding that God is God, we are not, and man, it puts us into our rightful place. Submission, but willing. It's not like we're being oppressed. Instead, we're being blessed by being beneath God. And man, for so many of our Western mentalities, that is such a foreign concept to willingly put ourselves beneath anything. Here's the truth though. If we do not fear the Lord, we won't find wisdom. And if we do not fear the Lord, there are a million other things that we will fear. And God is the thing that we revere and respect and know could destroy us, but lovingly loves us. Man, all these other things that make bad seasons even worse, or maybe even seem like they're coming in and trying to tarnish good seasons, they all kind of pale in comparison to fearing God. Do you fear God today? Because if you do, I think you're on your way to wisdom. And if you're on your way to wisdom, then you can answer that question: what season are you in? What we end up finding out is that it's less like there are really clear-cut good and bad seasons. All seasons have their share of blessing and of pain, of fruit and drought. What I pray for you is this, whoever's listening. I pray that you would seek after God, that you would realize that this fear of the Lord, reverence, respect, is what will grant us really true wisdom to see any portion of life or anything that comes our way, and to be able to see it for what it is. A lot of times we're in seasons and all we're doing is just feeling the effects of them, instead of actually seeing, okay, hey, here's some goodness. Thanks be to God. Here's some bad stuff. Lord, you're the one I fear. You're the one I respect. You're the one, the highest for me. Pull me through this. That is wisdom. That is true knowledge. And that's life worth living.